Hi there. Welcome to That Board Game Show. My name is James Wood, and today I'm going to show you Menara, a cooperative game of temple building for 1 to 4 players. Deep inside the green hell of Menara, you discover wondrously shaped fragments of an ancient structure. This makes your explorer's heart beat faster. Many thousands of years ago, there must have been a temple at this place. What might it have looked like? Would it be possible to reconstruct it? To accomplish this, you have to work together. Strange glyphs decorate the remains of the ancient masonry, and mysterious construction plans of the temple tower have turned up. It is as if a primitive curse is upon this place. For any mistake you make, the old construction plans require the building of an additional level. So you will need to aim high in order to achieve your goal. Mind your fingers and don't tremble with reverence. That way, you'll grow with your tasks and bring the ancient temple of Menara to new life. So there you have the introduction, as in the rulebook. Today I'm going to show you a solo playthrough of Menara, which plays out in exactly the same way as a multiplayer game, the only difference being I'm going to be taking all the turns. There are multiple difficulty levels to choose from as well, as denoted by these 5 temple level cards laid out on the side here. There are 5 cards in total, representing the 5 levels. 5 being the most difficult, and 3 being the easiest. So today I'm going to remove 2 of these cards, and I'm just going to show you an easy game. I'm only going to need to build 3 levels of the tower, putting those back in the box. And the first thing we do on a turn is we grab the bag full of columns and we draw a number determined by the number of players and the difficulty we're playing. So today, playing a solo game on easy, I will draw 8 columns out of the bag. 2, 4, 6, 8 columns. Pop that off to the side. And I'll stand these up in front of me. And now these are the columns that I will have to add to the temple in order to raise it up. And how I do that is I will be flipping over these construction plan cards each time I take a turn. So let's just show you how that works. I'll go with an easy one to demonstrate. We flip over the topmost card of the pile, and we now have to place columns according to what that construction plan tells us to do. This one is place 2 columns anywhere in the temple. So I can take any 2 columns that are in front of me and place them anywhere I want on the temple, matching the colors to these strange glyphs on the temple bases. One thing I could have done before flipping that card over is swap any columns I have in front of me with columns in this camp over here. So I can look at the board, I can see what colored columns I'm going to be needing, I can see what of those I don't have and if there's any over here and swap them around. But you have to do that before you flip the card over. So I forgot to do that step. So I'll just carry on with placing 2 columns anywhere I want. So let's place a column over here and a column over there. And that's the end of my turn. If we're playing with multiple players, it would proceed to the next player's turn. But since we're not, I will flip over another construction plan card and take another turn. But first, I will replenish my hand to 8 columns. So dig in the bag again, draw out 2 columns, and pop them in front of me. And now, let's try a medium one, shall we? First, I'll check if I've got all the colors I need over here. I can see there's only 1 black glyph, and I've got 2 black columns, but there's quite a lot of yellow. So I'm going to discard one of these black columns and swap it out for a yellow column from the camp. And then I'm going to go for a medium difficulty construction plan. Let's flip that over. And as it turns out, it's just as easy as the easy one. So there's a certain mix of easy and difficult construction plans in each stack. So even the most difficult ones over here, these red ones, have got some of these easy cards in them. But this stack has got much more complicated ones that could come up, which we'll hopefully see fairly soon. So now I need to place 2 columns anywhere in the temple. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what happens when you fill up a base. So I can take a yellow column and place it over there. I can take a white column and place it over there. And now I have filled a single base, which means I immediately come to the pile of temple floors over here. And you'll see that this temple floor is double-sided. It's got a light side and a dark side. You can sometimes choose if you want to place the light side or the dark side. So on my previous turn, if I had filled in a base with this card, I could have chosen which side I want to put on. How you would choose is you would see what columns you have in the camp, what columns you have in front of you, and what columns are needed for this base. In this case, though, I've just completed this construction plan, which has a black border, so I have to place it on this black side, even if this light side would be better for me. And now I must place this down, and if the temple collapses at this point, game over, everyone loses. That's not terribly likely to happen. You will notice I can also cover up a column on a different base. That's not a problem. There we go. So now I need to do that 3 more levels. I need to build 3 levels in total, not counting the base, in order to win. So we're well on our way now to those 3 levels. So, end of my turn, grab the columns, draw 2 to replace. See what we need here, make sure I've got all the colors I need. So before I draw a construction plan, I'm looking out here and I can see I only need 3 red columns and I've got 4, but I need quite a lot of yellow. So I'm going to swap out one of these red columns with this yellow column over here. And then I'll draw a difficult construction plan card and let's see what we get. So what this one wants us to do is place enough columns to fill up an entire floor. And a floor is one of these tiles. So I have to place columns until one of these is completely filled, at which point I'll have to place another floor on top of them. So I could easily finish this one off. And then I can look over here and I can see that this is the next tile that's coming. So that's the one I'm going to have to place. So I can think about how that's going to fit to determine which column I fill up. So looking at that tile, I think probably filling in this space is going to be for the best. I've got all the colors I need, so I need a blue column over there, black column over there, a yellow column over there, and a red column over there. That has filled up that base. And I instantly grab this tile and flip it over to the black side, because the construction plan I just drew has a black border, and place this on the columns I just placed. Whoop, without knocking anything over. And proceed to the next turn. Grab the columns, draw 4 columns out of the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have an entire collection of yellow. Okay, so now's definitely a time to swap out before I draw another construction plan. Let's grab a couple of these black ones and this blue one from the camp over there, and we'll swap out 2 reds and a yellow, because we only need, oh wait, maybe 2 yellows, because I can still build on this lower level as well. Okay, so that is what I have available to build with. And you know what? Let's go hard again. I'm going to Actually, no, I won't do that because there's one card in here that means you have to move an entire floor up one level. If I drew that now, I wouldn't be able to do that because all the floors are holding up levels. So I'm not going to risk it with that. I'll go with the medium one. We'll flip that over. Okay, so I just drew this, which needs 2 columns on the same base, which is quite easily done. Let's go on this base over here, I think, because this one's pretty solid. So we can quite easily use this as a good foundation to build up those 3 levels on. And that was the end of that. Nice and easy. Draw 2 columns out of the bag. And go again. I'm pretty okay with these columns. Let's go with a medium one again. And once again, 2 columns on the same base. I'm going to need some more black ones, but let's keep trying to build this up. I put a blue one over there and a red one over there. That works. Draw 2 columns out of the bag to replenish my hand, and there's all the black columns I need. So let's hope I can draw something that lets me finish off this base. Let's go medium once again. And there we go. That worked out. 2 columns anywhere I want. So I'll grab these 2 black columns. Place one over there and one over there. And now immediately place another tile with a white border on the construction plan. So the light side of the tile must be placed. And that's going to leave some of these exposed, which is okay. Let's put the bulk of the weight over on this side. There we go. And draw 2 columns from the bag. 1, 2. Pop them over there. Now, before I draw another one, let's check our columns and see that we've got everything we need. As it turns out, we do. So I will now, still I'm not going to draw one of these difficult ones because I know there's that one card that might make me draw up a level. So let's keep going with these medium ones. And there's an interesting one, that is fill a base. I've got all the columns I need. I might be able to finish this now. Let's see if I don't mess it up. So I can place, oh dear. Okay, we will start with this black one over there. Pop this yellow one over there. And this red one over there. Ooh dear. And that one over there. And now immediately place another base, this time on either side, but it doesn't matter much, so we'll just go with this side. I'll place it over there. And then we have 3 layers, the 3 levels we needed to build, and that's the end of the game. Now, let me just show you a couple other things that could happen. If, for instance, I wasn't able to do that, let's say I didn't have all the colors I needed, and I wasn't able to complete this construction plan, I would take that plan and I would place it face down off to the side here, which would add an additional level to the temple that we would need to build in order to win. So let me just show you a few more cards to give you some idea of the kinds of things you could encounter. You need to draw 2 columns from a lower level and move them up to any level higher. So I would have to, if I had just drawn that card, I'd have to come over here and I'd have to carefully remove a column. So I could go very easy and grab this blue column over here, because that's not connected to anything, and move that up a level, making sure we don't topple it over. And I got to do another one. So let's grab this one over here. And I just realized that was a nice easy one to pull out, but there's no black glyphs on a higher level because this level and this level are the same. You can't move it to the same level. You have to move it up one with that card. So I will just put that over there for now. As you can see, there's quite a bit of dexterity here. I've played it on easy today, showing you, just building it up really quickly. But let's say, for instance, I finish off this level over here, and now you're starting to get up to these really high levels. There's a 4th level. And now you see you've got to put this big tile on these 3 little columns. So now in the future, when you come to place more columns on, that's going to be incredibly precarious. And this can be a lot of fun with people at the table stressing out about watching the tower, shaking with each level that gets added to it. And, people's fingers getting really jittery as they nervously try and place that last level. So let's just see what else we've got here. We've got that. This is the one I was telling you about. This is the most difficult tile in the game, probably. It requires you to raise an entire level up to a higher level. So you have to take an entire floor and move it up to a higher level. And if it has columns on it, you have to move it with the columns and not topple them over as you go. So if I had just drawn this tile right now, and this is how things looked, I wouldn't be able to accomplish it because there are no columns that I can place a level from lower down onto. So that would have to come over here and get it added face down over here. And we would then need to build 5 levels, not 4. And so it would go. You can just keep going around. If you finish it off really quickly, reset and play again. It's such a quick, fast, easy game. And of course, for certain people, they're going to carefully take it apart and put everything back together. But personally, win or lose, I like to just collapse everything at the end of the game and watch it all tumble to the floor and then reset and start again. So there you have Menara, a fast-paced, really fun cooperative dexterity game. And with that, I'll say thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the show.